We're going to be beginning with Balalinga Asana from where we left yesterday. So from a standing position, we're going to be repeating it on both the sides. So from a standing position, you're now going to be bending your right knee and pulling it all the way up towards your chest. Interlock your fingers from inside. Hold on to your right knee and pull it as high and as close as possible towards your chest. Pull it and hold. Visualize yourself caressing a baby in your inner space. Gaze at one point in front of you and let's perform the Samana Kumbhaka. Inhale and exhale. Visualizing the breath, awakening the Jataragni, the fire in your navel center. Have the internal japa, Soham.
एकं जानु उरसि आलिङ्ग्य स्थातव्यं बाललिङ्गनं भवति.
Relax, you can drop your right foot onto the ground. Now you're going to be bending your right foot backward. So you're going to bend your right foot and pull it all the way towards your butt. Hold on to your toes, your right toes, and pull it up. Balance yourself. Try to hold on to the tip of your toes and pull them backward. Bring your knees as close as possible. Look at one point in front of you. Gaze at one point to stabilize yourself. Remember to perform the Moola Bandha, which will stabilize your body. Now, visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you perform the Pada Pidanasana and continue to perform the Samana Kumbhaka. As you inhale and exhale, visualize the breath awakening the Jataragni, the fire in your navel center with the internal japa. Soham.
चित्तैकस्मिन् पादतले कराभ्यां वेष्टयेत्तनुं पृष्ठे संस्थाप्य यत्नेन पादपीडनमासनम्.
Relax. The next asana we are going to perform is going to be Nataraja Asana. So from the Pada Pidanasana position where your right leg is bent backward, you're going to hold on to your toes from inside. With your right hand you're going to hold on to your toe from inside, and as you stretch your left hand in front of you, you're going to bend forward and down, lifting your right leg all the way up towards the sky as you enter into Nataraja Asana. Relax, let's do this together. At the count of 3, we are all going to lift. So first, stay in Pada Pidanasana, balance yourself there, gaze at one point, either on the ground or in front of you. Once you have found your balance from here, slowly bend forward and down as you parallelly stretch out the left hand in front of you. Visualize yourself as Lord Nataraja in your inner space and the internal japa. Soham.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Relax, shake your leg off. You can shake your feet. We are now going to be repeating the same on the left leg. We have done on the right. Now we are going to be repeating on the left. So once again, you are now going to be placing your right leg firmly planted into the ground. So place your right leg onto the ground. Now bend your left knee, bringing it all the way up towards your chest. Interlock your fingers from inside and pull it all the way towards your chest. Keep your toes pointing downward. Your left toes should be pointing downward. Visualize yourself caressing a baby in your inner space. Continue to perform Samana Kumbhaka. Visualize the breath awakening the Jataragni as you inhale and exhale. And the internal japa Soham.
Ekam janu urasi alingya statavyam balalinganam bhavati.
Relax. Next we are going to be doing the Pada Pidanasana on the other side, which is your left. So now you are going to bend your left leg backward, pulling it all the way towards your butt. Hold on to your left toes with your fingers interlocked around them and pull them as close as possible towards you. Keep your knees together. Try to get them as close as possible. Gaze at one point in front of you, so you find your balance and stay here. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa. Soham.
हित्वैकस्मिन् पादतले कराभ्यां वेष्टयेत्तनुं पृष्ठे संस्थाप्य यत्नेन पादपीडनमासनम्.
Relax. The next asana we are going to be performing is going to be Natarajasana. So in Natarajasana we are going to hold on to our left foot and we are going to raise it up. So once again, bend your left foot backward, hold on to it with your left hand. Now once you balance yourself, get yourself to balance in this position, look at one point in front of you. And as you stretch your right hand forward, you are going to raise your left leg backward, bending forward and down, visualizing yourself as Lord Nataraja in your inner space and the internal japa. Soham.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च भरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Relax. Next we are going to be performing the Ardharechita Karana. To enter into the Ardharechita Karana, first we are going to be entering into the Aramandi position. So if you remember the Aramandi position from yesterday, you are going to be placing your heels together, toes pointing outward, knees slightly bent and your hands on your hips. So this is the Aramandi position. Heels together, toes pointing outward, bend your knees, come on, bend your knees. Now from this position, you are going to be bringing your left hand at the chest level and extend your right arm all the way outside and bring it back, touching your nose and taking it backward. Now while doing this, you are going to cross your ankle, the right ankle behind your left, and then you are going to continue to perform the Ardharechita Karana. Once you do it on the left, you are then going to repeat the same on the right. Switch your hands and switch your feet and perform the Ardharechita Karana. Do it gracefully. Cross your ankle. And relax. Next we are going to be entering into the Katichinna Karana. Once again, please get yourself back into the Aramandi position. Heels together, toes pointing outward, knees slightly bent. Now cross your hands over your head. Cross your hands over your head. And you're going to slowly open your hands out as you turn yourself to the back and then switch the directions and repeat it. Your knees continue to be bent as you perform the Katichinna Karana. and relax. Place your hands by the side of your hips. We are next going to be entering into Tadasana. So in Tadasana, we're going to stand with our feet together, toes together. Please stand with your feet and toes together, heels and toes together. Okay. Now from this position, you're going to raise your hands all the way up towards the sky and raise your heels off the ground. Look forward at one point in front of you. You're going to visualize yourself as a palm tree in your inner space and continue to perform the Samana Kumbhaka. Visualize the breath awakening the Jataragni as you inhale and exhale with the internal japa. Shivoham.
महामुद्राबद्ध कोनो ताड़ासन विभेदकान् विनोतानं सदा कुर्यात् अंतर्वत्नी पतिप्रिया.
Slowly relax. The next asana we are going to be entering into is going to be Uttanasana. So all the way from the top you are going to be slowly bending forward and down, bringing your hands towards your feet. You're going to bend down, try to get your hands all the way towards the ground and your forehead towards your knees. If you're not able to get your forehead towards the knees, don't worry. Wherever you're able to hold, whether it's your knees, your calf, your ankle, hold on to it there. And bend forward and down. Hold the position. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space as we perform the Uttanasana and the internal japa. Shivoham.
महामुद्राबद्ध कोनो ताड़ासन विभेदकान् विनोतानं सदा कुर्यात् अंतर्वत्नी पतिप्रिया.
Slowly raise up. Now we are going to be entering into Tarakshvasana. So the Tarakshvasana is going to be a plank position. You're going to bend down onto the ground, place your hands in front of you, stretch your feet out backward. Make sure that your hips are not too high, nor are they too low. They are in the middle. Your hands shoulder width apart. Now look towards the left and right. Turn your neck towards the left and then to the right. As you continue to perform the Samana Kumbhaka, visualizing the breath awakening the Jataragni. Now visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa. Shivoham.
गजासनवस्थित्वा मस्तकं वारं वारं दक्षिणकुक्षिं सव्यकुक्षिं नयेत् तरक्श्वासनं भवति.
You can drop onto your knees. The next asana is going to be Bhujangasana. So you're going to lie down on your stomach. Hands beside your shoulders, palms beside your shoulder. In Bhujangasana, we are now going to be lifting our upper body with the strength of our lower back. So you're going to use the strength of your lower back and lift your upper body off the ground, visualizing yourself as a cobra in your inner space. Now open your mouth wide and inhale through the hollow of your throat. Open your mouth wide and inhale through the hollow of your mouth. Visualize yourself as a cobra in your inner space while you are doing this. And the internal japa. Shivoham.
अङ्गुष्ठनाभिपर्यन्तम् अधो भूमौ विनिन्यसेत् कराभ्यां च धरां धृत्वा ऊर्ध्वशीर्षफणीवहि.
Now slowly we are going to push ourselves back into Tarakshvasana. So you can either push yourself up or you can come up to the position. Now from here we are going to be performing the Shashasana, where we are going to be getting one knee at a time towards our chest and then take it back and repeat it with the other leg as we are performing the Shashasana. Let's all perform Shashasana. While doing this, you are going to visualize Swamiji in your inner space. And we are now going to be performing the Sahaja Pranayama, where you are going to visualize the Prana Shakti flowing through your body as you inhale and exhale. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa. Shivoham.
गजासन संस्थितो जानुद्वयमापृच्य वारं वारं कर्तव्यं शशासनं भवति.
Relax. You can drop your knees on the ground. The next asana that we will be doing is going to be Rathasana. So what we will be doing in Rathasana is that once we head back into the Tarakshvasana position as earlier, we are then going to be kicking one foot all the way towards your chest, and then we're going to be switching the direction. So you're going to get your foot and then jump your foot backward, placing the other foot in between your hands, your palms. Let's all perform the Rathasana. You're going to visualize yourself as a chariot in your inner space and the internal japa. Shivoham.
गजासन संस्थितो एकैकं पादं पुरोमार्गेण भ्रामयित्वा कर्तव्यं रथासनं भवति.
Relax. Slowly come to a standing position. Now you're going to be placing the right leg forward. So you're going to face towards the mat. So place your right leg forward and your left leg towards the side. Place your right leg pointing forward, left leg pointing towards the side. Now you're going to bend forward, bend your knee, the right knee forward and down, getting it into a 90-degree angle. Look towards your right knee and raise your hands above your head as we enter into the Virabhadrasana. Keep your right knee bent and look towards the direction that the right foot is pointing. Visualize yourself as Lord Virabhadra in your inner space and the internal japa. Shivoham.
वासिष्ठमथ कौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च अष्टावक्रमथोत्थानं मयूरं सेतुबन्धनम्.
Relax. We are now going to be repeating the same on the other direction. We are going to repeat the Virabhadrasana on the other direction. So this time we are going to be switching. Place your left foot pointing forward and your right foot pointing sideward. Now turn towards your left. Bend your left knee, bringing your left thigh parallel to the ground. And raise your hands above your head, looking forward in the direction pointing your left foot. Visualize yourself as Lord Virabhadra in your inner space and the internal japa. Shivoham.
वासिष्ठमथ कौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च अष्टावक्रमथोत्थानं मयूरं सेतुबन्धनम्.
Slowly relax. Come to a standing position. We are next going to be entering into Vrikshasana. In Vrikshasana, you are now going to be bending your right foot. Place your left foot firmly planted on the ground. Bend your right foot and place it on the inner thigh of the left. Balance yourself here. Try to get your right heel as close as possible towards your perineum. Balance yourself. Now from here, slowly raise your hands above your head, joining your hands in the Anjali Mudra. And gaze at one point in front of you. Visualize yourself as a tree in your inner space as you perform the Vrikshasana and the internal japa. Shivoham.
वामोरुमूलदेशे च याम्यं पादं निधायतो तिष्ठेतु वृक्षवद् भूमौ वृक्षासनमिदं विदुः.
Relax. Now from this position you're going to now place your right leg on top of your left thigh. Place your right foot on top of your left thigh. Balance in the position. Now bring your hands in front of your heart in the Anjali Mudra. Bring your hands in front of your heart in the Anjali Mudra. Balance here. You're going to visualize yourself as Lord Garuda in your inner space and the internal japa. Shivoham.
गरुडासनमावक्षे येन ध्यानं स्थिरं भवेत् सर्वदोषात् विनिर्मुक्तो भवतीह महाबली.
Relax. You're now going to repeat these both asanas on the other leg. So this time you're going to be firmly planting the right foot onto the ground. Raise your left foot and place it on the of the right. Bring your heel as close as possible towards your perineum. Now from here, bring your hands together and raise it all the way up towards the sky. As you visualize yourself as a tree in your inner space and the internal japa. Shivoham.
वामोरुमूलदेशे च याम्यं पादं निधायतो तिष्ठेतु वृक्षवद् भूमौ वृक्षासनमिदं विदुः.
Slowly come down. Now bend your left leg and place it on top of your right thigh. Bend your left leg and place it on top of your right thigh. Now from here, bring your hands together in front of your heart. Join your hands and bring your hands together in front of your heart. Gaze at one point in front of you and balance yourself. Visualize yourself as Lord Garuda in your inner space and the internal japa. Shivoham.
गरुडासनमावक्षे येन ध्यानं स्थिरं भवेत् सर्वदोषात् विनिर्मुक्तो भवतीह महाबली.
Relax. You can now drop your feet onto the ground. We are next going to be entering into the Trikonasana. So now you're going to be pointing your right foot towards the front and the left towards the side, just like how we did Virabhadrasana earlier. Now from this position, you're going to be placing your right palm on the floor beside the right foot. Raise your left hand above you and look up towards the sky. If you're unable to place your right hand all the way to the floor, hold on to your knee or your calf, wherever, how much ever you're able to bend, go that much. And look up. Visualize yourself as a triangle in your inner space and the internal japa. Shivoham.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Relax and slowly come back to a standing position. We are now going to repeat the Trikonasana on the other direction. So your left foot is going to be pointing side forward and your right towards the side. Now stretch your hands in front of you and bring your left hand all the way towards the ground in front of your left foot. Right hand raised above, raising towards the sky. Look up towards the sky. Hold the position. Visualize yourself as a triangle in your inner space as we perform the Trikonasana and the internal japa. Shivoham.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च भैचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Relax, come to a standing position. The next asana, the next is actually going to be a karana. We are going to be performing the Nikutaka karana. Once again, bring your heels together, toes pointing outward, knees slightly bent, getting your feet into the Aramandi position. Get yourself into the Aramandi position. Now bring your hands in front of you, one over the other, as you can see. And you're going to be switching your hands as you stomp one foot at a time on the ground. You're going to switch your hands as you stomp one foot at a time on the ground. And relax. We are now going to be entering into Angushthasana. So all of you, lower down on the tips of your toes, placing your perineum on the back of your heels. Knees are off the ground. Bring your knees together. Balance yourself. Bring your knees together. You're sitting on top of your heels, balancing on your toes. Knees together. Bring your hands together in front of your heart in the Anjali Mudra. Balance yourself in this position. Hold yourself balanced in this position. Let us now perform the Brahmari Kumbhaka. You're going to inhale and exhale, making a buzzing sound of a bee. Inhale and exhale, buzzing like a bee. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa. Sada Shivoham.
कबन्धासनमित्याहुः गोरक्षासनमेव च अङ्गुष्ठमुष्टिकं ज्ञेयं ब्रह्मप्रासादिदं तथा.
From here, we're going to move forward into Saurasana. Now stretch your right foot in front of you as you're seated in Angushthasana. You're going to stretch your right foot in front of you and place your hands in the Varamudra. Varamudra is where your palms are facing forward, your fingers are together. Place them by the side of your hips. Right foot stretched forward, left knee off the ground. Balance yourself here as you continue to perform the Brahmari Kumbhaka, inhaling and exhaling, buzzing like a bee. Now visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa. Sada Shivoham.
प्रसार्यैकं पादतलं संस्थाप्य त्वेकपादकं करत्वैकं पादतलं धृत्वा साम्नैव धारयेत्.
Now we are going to bend down into the Vidhunanasana. So you are going to hold on to your right toe with your right index and middle finger, the Prana Mudra. Hold on to your right toe. Bend forward and down, bringing your forehead towards your knee. You can drop your left knee onto the ground if you want. And bend down. And bend down. Continue to perform the Brahmari Kumbhaka. Inhale and exhale like a bee. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa. Sada Shivoham.
गुल्फस्थितो पादमेकं प्रसाद्य तत्पादाग्रं संस्पृश्य तत्करेण गुल्फं चान्यं धारयेत् तत्करेण धूनं पीठं चाभिषेचोभयत्र.
And slowly we're going to switch directions. We are now going to be performing the Saurasana on the other side. So you're now going to be stretching your left foot forward. Bend your right leg, left leg stretched forward. Place your hands by the sides of your hips. Place your hands by the sides of your hips. Balance here as you perform the Brahmari Kumbhaka, inhaling and exhaling like a bee. Now visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa. Sada Shivoham.
प्रसाद्यैकं पादतलं संस्थाप्य त्वेकपादकम्.
Relax. Now we are going to be bending forward and down. Hold on to your left big toe with your index and middle finger and bend forward and down. Bringing your forehead towards the ground. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa. Sada Shivoham.
गुल्फस्थितो पादमेकं प्रसाद्य तत्पादाग्रं संस्पृश्य तत्करेण गुल्फं चान्यं धारयेत् तत्करेण धूनं पीठं चाभिषेचोभयत्र.
Relax. Slowly come back to a seated position. Now we are going to be entering into the Brahma Jurankushasana. So for entering into the Brahma Jurankushasana, once again you are going to place your toes on the ground and sit on top of your heels. Place your hands on top of your knees. Have a slight gap between your knees. Place your hands, palms facing up towards the sky. Now we are going to perform the Brahmari Kumbhaka along with the Jalandhara Bandha, which means you're going to inhale, buzzing like a bee. Once you inhale, you're going to hold the breath inside you by bringing your chin to the chest and hold. And then slowly release the Jalandhara Bandha, exhale, buzzing like a bee. Let us continue to perform the Jalandhara Bandha and the Brahmari Kumbhaka in Brahma Jurankushasana. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa. Sada Shivoham.
दोगु फणा पानी होए वैसे एड़ी दोगु दानी वैसे और पकथलिया की माहिली आयस माहेरा शेमिली.
Now from the same position we're going to drop our knees towards the ground. Drop your knees onto the ground. Continue to be seated on top of your heels. Continue to be seated on top of your heels. Now place your hands on your knees. Bring your gaze towards your nose. Pull your stomach in and up into the Uddiyana Bandha as we perform the Brahmari Kumbhaka. You're going to visualize yourself as Sage Kapila in your inner space and the internal japa. Sada Shivoham.
उभय पगथली समठारावे तिनको माहिली कोर मिलावे फना पानी उकड़ होए वैसे एड़ी दोगु जोनी निवैसे.
Okay. Now from the same position you're going to bring your gaze towards your third eye and continue to perform the Brahmari Kumbhaka without the Uddiyana Bandha. You're going to inhale and exhale, buzzing like a bee. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa. Sada Shivoham.
दोगु पगथली संपुट करे कोरवारिली भूपरि धरे कोरवारिली राखे ऐसे तापरि मूल द्वारिली गिवैसे.
Relax. Now we are going to be entering into Suryasana. So for being in Suryasana, you're going to bring your heels together, feet together, as you can see. Okay, heels and feet together as close as possible. You're going to be lifting your knees off the ground. Your knees are off the ground. Now you're going to place your hands in the Padma Mudra. Your thumbs together and your little fingers together in the Padma Mudra. Balance yourself. Once you find your balance, you're going to raise your hands up towards the sky as you enter and perform the Suryasana. Gaze at the gap between your palms, visualizing Lord Surya in your inner space and the internal japa. Sada Shivoham.
दोगु पगथली संपुट करे कोरवारिली भूपरि धरे कोरवारिली राखे ऐसे तापरि मूल द्वारिली गिवैसे.
Relax. Now sit with your toes flat and perineum on your heels. Toes flat and sit on your heels as you can see. Have your knees apart. Bring your knees apart. Place your hands on your knees. Now from here, place your tongue on your upper palate of your mouth. Place your tongue on the upper palate of your mouth and visualize yourself as a frog catching the drops of nectar that is dripping from your Sahasrara chakra, your crown center. Visualize yourself as a frog and the internal japa. Sada Shivoham.
पादतलौ पृष्ठदेशे अङ्गुष्ठे द्वे च संस्पृशेत् जानुयुग्मं पुरस्कृत्य साधयेन्मण्डूकासनम्.
Now from here, raise your hands above your head and hold on to your opposite shoulders behind your back. Place your hands on your opposite shoulders behind your back. Now, continue to place your tongue on your upper palate of your mouth. Place your tongue on the upper palate of your mouth. And visualize yourself catching the nectar of immortality that is dripping from your crown center. Have the internal japa. Sada Shivoham.
मण्डूकासनमध्यस्थं गुरुपराभ्यां धृतं शिरः एतद्भेकवदुत्थानम् एतदुत्थानमण्डूकम्.
Slowly, you can drop your hands. The next asana we are going to be performing is going to be Simhasana. In Simhasana, you are now going to cross your ankles behind you and sit on top of your heels. Cross your ankles and sit on top of them. Please cross your ankles behind you and sit on them. Place your hands on your knees. Have a gap between your knees. Now from here, we are going to visualize yourself as a lion. Open your mouth wide, stick your tongue out and exhale forcefully. Gaze at the tip of your nose and repeat, visualizing yourself as a lion in your inner space and the internal japa. Sada Shivoham.
दक्षिणं सव्यगुल्फेन दक्षिणेन तथेतरं हस्तौ च जान्वो संस्थाप्य स्वाङ्गुलीश्च प्रसार्य च.
Relax. The next asana we are going to be performing is going to be Bhadrasana. In Bhadrasana, keep your heels under your perineum. You're going to sit on top of your heels. Now cross your hands behind your back and hold on to the opposite big toes with your index and middle finger. Hold on to the opposite big toes with your index and middle finger. Sit straight. Open your shoulders. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa. सदाशिवोऽहम्
गुल्भौ च वृषणस्याधो व्युत्क्रमेण समाहितः पादाङ्गुष्ठौ कराभ्यां च धृत्वा च पृष्ठदेशतः
Relax. The next asana we are going to be performing is going to be Kakabhushandi asana. So once again in Kakabhushandi asana, you are now going to be squatting with your feet together, your feet together, flat on the ground. Open your knees wide. Now bring your arms in and around your knees and interlace your fingers behind you. Interlace your fingers behind you. Try to hold on to your fingers behind your back. Hold the position. Bring your gaze towards your nose. Visualize yourself as a crow in your inner space and the internal japa. Sadashivoham.
प्रथमे वैसक उपठाने दो हाथ पकड़ नीच आने तिनको मोड़ी नलिया पर लियावे इष्ट पछे काकसी करावे.
Relax. We are now going to move forward into Kani Pavasana. For you to enter into Kani Pavasana, now place your hands in the ground in front of you. Now once your hands are shoulder width apart, you are going to try and bring your knees as close as possible towards your armpits. Okay, so you are going to try and get your knees as close as possible towards your armpits. Place your hands as close as possible to your armpits, and then from here you are going to shift your weight forward and slowly try to lift one foot off the ground and then the other. So this is Kani Pavasana. Alternatively, what you can also do is, instead of placing your knees in your armpits, you can place your hands inside your thighs, so that way your knees are placed over your arms, and from there bend forward and try to lift one foot off the ground at a time. You can do either of these two variations. Come on, let's do this together. All of you get ready, get into a squatting position. All of you into the squatting position. Now from here, bring your knees as close as possible towards your armpits. Bring your knees as close as possible to your armpits. Now bend forward and down, lifting your feet off the ground. You're going to visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa. Sadashivoham.
आसन को गुण आशी दुष्टता होई तो आछी होई.
Relax. Next we are going to be entering into Kapali Asana. So Kapali Asana, this is the first time we are going to be doing the handstand. Sorry, the headstand. You're going to be balancing on top of your head. So first what you need to do is, you're going to be placing your head onto the ground. Place your hands shoulder width apart. Placing your hands shoulder width apart, you're going to be bringing your head onto the ground. So as you can see, you have your hand in the 90 degree and then your head in front. So your palm and your head has gap. So your hand is not beside your head but in front of your head. Now from this position, then slowly you're going to be lifting one foot off the ground and then lift it slowly above. We are going to be doing this with our partners. The participants can partner up, Kailashavasis can assist. the partners to do this. Once you are able to balance at the bottom position, then you're going to slowly lift your feet up towards the sky and hold. So let's do this together. Let's partner up. First, all of you get yourself a partner. Please partner up. Now from this position, bring your head down, hands are shoulder width apart, and slowly try to lift your feet off the ground. Come on, all of you, everyone at the back, all of you sitting at the back, partner up. All the Kailasavasis, please go around assisting the participants. Try to lift your feet off the ground and hold the position. Every one of you can try. All the Kailasavasis, please assist the participants to partner up. I see there is one batch behind, I think near the Chinese participants. Can one of you please attend in the female team side? Please make sure everyone is partnering. Switch partners. If you have tried, you're going to switch partners and repeat this. Don't worry, even if you've never done this earlier, try to at least go down onto your head and lift your feet off the ground, even if you're not able to stretch it up towards the sky. While doing this, visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa. Sada Shivoham.
शीशा धरती टेकी पकदो भूमि लिबा ऊंचा को करे पकदली आकाश दिश सनमुशराशे दोगु हाथा की हथेली दोगु.
Slowly come down to the ground. Slowly come down to the ground. All of you can come back to your mats. Please come back to your respective mats. Next, we are going to be entering into the Parshva Mayurasana. So for you to enter into the Parshva Mayurasana, first you are going to squat on your toes with your legs together. Come to a squatting position with your toes together. All of you come to a squatting position. Please come to a squatting position. Now twist your body and place your hands to one side. Twist your body and place your hands to one side. Kailasa Kashi, males team, this is not chatting time. Focus on what we have to be doing now. Be integrated to what we are doing. Now, from the squatting position, place your hands to the side. Bend forward. You are going to be aligning your elbows to your hips and your knee. Supporting your knee and your hip on your elbow. Slowly bend forward, lifting your feet off the ground. And then, once you are able to balance here, you are going to slowly stretch your feet outward. Let's all try to perform the Parshva Mayurasana. Even if you are not able to lift your body off the ground, it is fine. Just twist yourself from the squatting position. Twist yourself. Place your elbow on your hip and on your knee and bend forward. Bend forward. Try to lift your knee off the ground and 1 foot off the ground. Visualize yourself as a peacock in your inner space as you perform the Parshva Mayurasana and the internal japa. Sada Shivoham.
मयूरं दण्डवत् कुर्यान् मायूरं दण्डनामकं कुर्यान् मायूरं पार्श्वाभ्यां मायूरपार्श्वनामकम्.
Now relax. We are now going to be repeating the Parshva Mayurasana on the opposite direction. So if you turned towards your right, this time you are going to be turning yourself towards the left. So from the squatted position, twist yourself to the other direction. From a squatting direction, from a squatted position, twist yourself to the other direction. Now bring your elbows as close as possible towards your knee and towards your hip. Slowly move your weight forward, lifting your feet off the ground, and then slowly stretch your feet to the side. Visualize yourself as a peacock in your inner space and the internal japa. Sada Shivoham.
मयूरं दण्डवत् कुर्यान् मायूरं दण्डनामकं कुर्यान् मायूरं पार्श्वाभ्यां मायूरपार्श्वनामकम्.
Relax. Now slowly lay down on your back as we enter into Shavasana.
परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द 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 परमशिवोऽहम्
Bring your awareness back to your body. Slowly move your toes, move your fingers. Bring your knees towards your chest. Hug your knees and start rolling yourself to the left and right. Now slowly roll yourself to the side and come to a seated position. Now sit straight. Place your hands on your knees. We are now going to be performing the Maha Mantra. You're going to be inhaling deeply and then humming intensely. Close your eyes, sit straight. Let us begin. hum intensely, as deep as possible and as long as possible. Hum intensely. Hmm. Continue to hum intensely. Continue to hum intensely. Feel your entire body vibrating. slowly relax. Just sit in silence. Sit unclenched. Just sit. Sit straight. Inhale and exhale. Just let the entire energy soak into you. Just sit in silence. Sit unclenched. Just sit. Sit straight. Inhale and exhale. Just let the entire energy soak into you. Now, slowly bring your hands in front of your heart in the Anjali Mudra. Sit straight. Let us now conclude the yoga with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you everybody. Nithyanandam.